It started as something small, so small I almost convinced myself it wasn't real. Just a trick of the light. A glitch in my tired eyes. You know how shadows stretch weird at sunset, how they bend and twist depending on where the light hits. That's what I thought it was. But shadows don't hesitate. I remember the exact moment I noticed it. I was walking home late, the streetlights flickering like they always do on that empty road. My footsteps echoed, slow and steady, tap, tap, tap. And my shadow followed, long, thin, glued to my feet like it should be. Until I stopped. My body froze, but my shadow took one more step. Just one. I laughed. Actually laughed out loud, because what else do you do when something impossible happens? I waved my hand, checking if it would match me again. And it did. Perfectly. Like nothing ever happened. I told myself I imagined it. I wish I had left it at that. The next day, it happened again. This time, inside my room. Curtains drawn, only a single lamp on. My shadow stretched across the wall behind me while I brushed my teeth. I remember staring at it through the mirror, watching it move exactly as I moved. Then I leaned forward to spit. And my shadow stayed upright for a second too long. That was when the unease crept in. That cold, crawling feeling in your stomach when something isn't right, but you don't have proof yet. I turned around instantly, heart pounding. The wall was empty. No shadow at all. The lamp flickered. And when the light steadied, it was back. Perfect. Normal. As if it had never disappeared. I didn't sleep that night. Days passed, and I started noticing patterns. It never acted strange in front of others. Only when I was alone. Only when I wasn't looking directly at it. Like it knew. Like it was waiting. I tried everything. I recorded videos, took photos, even set up a camera in my room while I slept. But every time I checked, nothing. Just me, and a perfectly ordinary shadow. Until the fourth night. That's when things changed. I woke up suddenly at 3:17 a.m. No sound, no dream, just that feeling. Like someone was watching me. My room was dark except for the faint glow of streetlight leaking through the curtains. And there it was. My shadow. Not on the wall, not on the floor, but standing in the corner of the room, separate from me. It looked exactly like me, just darker. Thicker. Like a silhouette cut out of the night itself. It didn't move. It didn't breathe. It just stood there. I couldn't move. My body refused. My chest felt heavy, like something was pressing down on me. Sleep paralysis, I told myself. This has to be sleep paralysis. Then it tilted its head. Slowly. And I realized something terrifying. I wasn't the one controlling it anymore. I shut my eyes tight, counting seconds, waiting for it to end. When I opened them again, it was gone. Morning came like nothing happened. But I knew. From that day on, my shadow stopped pretending completely. It lagged behind when I walked. It moved slightly differently. Sometimes its arm would swing when mine didn't. Sometimes it would stand still when I turned. And the worst part, no one else could see it. I tried telling my friend. I stood under a streetlight, pointing at the ground, asking, "Do you see that?" He just laughed. "See what? It's just your shadow." Just my shadow. I started avoiding light altogether. Staying indoors. Keeping rooms dim. Because the brighter the light, the stronger it became. And it was getting stronger. One evening, during a power outage, I lit a candle. Just one. The flame flickered, casting a faint shadow behind me on the wall. At first, it stayed still. Then it raised its hand. I didn't move. I swear I didn't move. But it did. Slowly, deliberately, it lifted its arm and pressed its palm flat against the wall. I dropped the candle. The flame went out. Darkness swallowed the room. And for a moment, I felt relief. Until I realized something worse. Even without light, I could still see it. Not clearly. Not fully. But it was there. Standing closer now. Closer than before. I ran out of the house that night and didn't come back until morning. I thought maybe distance would help. Maybe leaving would break whatever connection we had. But shadows don't belong to places. They belong to you. Days turned into weeks, and I stopped recognizing myself. Not because I changed, but because it did. It started mimicking me less. And replacing me more. Sometimes, when I walked past reflective surfaces, I'd catch a glimpse of something off. My reflection would move a split second too late, Like it was following instructions instead of giving them. Like I wasn't the original anymore. Last night, it finally happened. I was walking under a streetlight again, the same road where it all began. I don't even know why I went back. Maybe I wanted answers. Maybe I wanted it to end. I stopped in the middle of the road. And this time, my shadow didn't move at all. I took a step forward. Nothing. Another step. Still nothing. For the first time, it stayed behind completely. I felt a strange relief. Like I was finally free. Like whatever this was, it was over. I turned around slowly. And there it was. Still under the streetlight. But it wasn't flat anymore. It stood upright, like a person. And then, it took a step toward me. I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't stop. I just ran until my lungs burned and my legs gave out. When I finally collapsed, gasping for air, I looked down at the ground beneath me. There was no shadow. None. Not even a faint outline. Just empty space where it should have been. And that's when I understood. It didn't disappear. It didn't leave. It stayed behind, because it doesn't belong to me anymore. Now, wherever it is, it's walking on its own. And I don't think it's trying to follow me anymore. I think it's trying to replace someone else.